What is up, guys? We are live here with James Campbell, part of KTM's pro team, and he took a really unique leader to PBG's huge World Martial Arts tournament, and he got top 8. What place did you finish?
It was 6th after Swiss, going X1-1. My only loss was to Universe 7 Frieza. I just couldn't deal with a victory strike in the main board, so I lost game 1, won game 2, and game 3 I just couldn't get there.
That was your only loss of the evening?
Only loss, yeah.
Nice, and then you tied again?
I intentional draw against a friend of mine, just so we made it. But so announcer leader, it's really cool. It makes all your stuff, no specified cost. The downside is you have to play only World Tournament battle cards, so your extra cards you can make them whatever. And every time you play a World Tournament, either on your turn or your opponent, you draw. So your hand is always big. You're always going 1 for 1, or you're plussing. So we play a lot of 1-drops that take advantage of that. And he's an untapped 2 leader, which is really huge. And on the back, he attacks, he draws a card, and then activate main. You choose 2 of your World Tournaments, and they gain 5k, which you only activate it once per game. So you want to do it on your turn that you're trying to push for game. So then we're going to start with the 1-drops, playing 4 of each announcer. I call them Announcer 1 and Announcer 2. Announcer 1 looks at the top 7 for a World Tournament, so it helps you get your pieces. And Announcer 2 is a negate, but it's also a draw 2 on your turn if you have 2 in play. So you can use it to plus 1, or if you haven't activated your leader ability, you can plus 2, which is just super huge for 1 energy. And then playing 3 Goku. When he comes in play, your opponent discards a card if they have 5 or more. So basically with the leader effect, you're plussing and they're minusing. This card was super huge against the Chain Zeno matchup because you make them pitch their cards they want to charge, so they can't really keep their combo as easily. So I'm going to bump this to 4. This card was clutch all day. I wish I seen it more. Definitely going to 4. 2 Videls. It's like a Roshi, but for red, but everything's generic in this deck. Just have some extra negate copies. They draw on your opponent's turn if you're on your unawakened side, so you can negate an attack and plus, which is nice, and then you have a 5k to combo with. I think 2 is a good number of this. You can side more if you're afraid of like aggro, but I think 2 is okay. And then I'm playing 2 of the 1-drop pan. It's like a Kaba, but it doesn't gain any kind of keyword. It's just 15. The nice thing about it is it bounces back to your hand, which makes it a true +2 on your unawakened side. This is really in here just so if we get stuck at 5 or a deck that doesn't want to attack us, because the announcer leader on the front is better than on the back, so we're fine with staying unawakened. It's just if we need to push for game and awaken, this is in here. I think 2 is a decent number, but test it how you want to. Then we'll talk about the first duo. It's an awkward situation, Trunks and Otsutsuki. Trunks says activate main, send an Otsutsuki to the bottom of the deck, and pop a card on their board. So and the Otsutsuki says if Trunks is in play, you can play it for free as long as you don't have another one of him out. So for 2 energy, you play 1, you play this for free, you have 2 15k swings, and then you get to kill this to kill something on their board, and then if you have another Otsutsuki, you can play another. So you're getting 3 attacks for 2 energy, and you get to kill a card, which is just insane.
And with the arena, that's 2 20k.
Exactly, yeah. Probably the best combo of the deck is Goku Oob. Goku starts the combo. When he comes in play, he puts in play Oob, and Oob says if you have Goku in play, you get to bottom deck 2 of your opponent's cards with 20k or less, and Goku makes them both 20s. So you have a 20k double and a 20k crit, and you're removing 2 cards for 3 energy. And if you have the field spell out, like you're just making them 25s, which is just insane for what you can do with it. And if they don't kill the Goku, you could just drop the Oobs for just more removal. But most of the time when this is tapped, they're going to extend to kill it. Then we're playing the Supreme Showdown, Goku and Vegeta. This card is your finisher. I was playing 4 and 4. In hindsight, I think it's a little too much. I was seeing him a little bit too often, so I think 3 and 3 is going to be ideal. But definitely you want to play these. Vegeta comes into play, and he pops something on your board, and Goku says when you pop something by Vegeta's effect, you can play him. So you generate 2 triple strikers that are 35k base for 5 energy, and they can't block, so they have to have 2 negates in their hand or they're just going to lose. Puts a lot of pressure, and then if they do survive, they have to answer these or kill you. If they don't, it's just going to come at them again, which is super annoying for them. Playing 4 super combo. I'm choosing the yellow because I side deck into yellow like Flying Nimbus, so there are additional targets or energy for those effects. You can play any of them you want. Like if you're playing more blue, you can play the blue, or if you want to be troll, you can play one of each. They all activate at 5, which is nice. So if they put you at 5 and try to double strike you, you can just super combo out of it, which is really good. Then I'm playing 4 Sensu Bean because I'm playing enough blue. This was kind of lackluster all day. I thought I was going to see a lot more Harudagon, a lot more aggro, and that's good against those matchups. But I ended up playing a lot of Pan, which swings for 20s, and a lot of Announcer, which bumps 20s. So these weren't super helpful all day, and this deck is not really aggressive enough to use them offensively. So they're probably going to end up going on the sideboard, and we'll substitute something else in. But or maybe I'll play maybe just 2, or maybe cut the number. But I don't think this was super essential as like I thought it was going to be. But test it, and depending on your local meta, and see what you think. And then 3 World Tournament Arena. It's 0 cost. If you have Announcer Leader, you can tap it and give 5k to 2 of your World Tournaments. So every turn, you're bumping 2 guys by 5k. So basically, you're making your 15s 20s and your 20s 25s. You're just putting a lot of pressure on them. This deck goes wide with the board, and their hand size is going down because they have to keep answering these big threats or they take the life. What this deck loses to essentially is a bad Chain Zeno. Like if you get bad after Chain Zeno, or hit. Hit just takes your pieces and it's really hard to deal with. But it's not unwinnable. You just have to play it right. And that's why I was saying like that 1-drop Goku against the red deck was really strong because it keeps their hand low. They can't play as many threats, and they have to choose between playing their threats, comboing with them, or charging them. So it puts them in an awkward situation.
So you want to go into your sideboard?
Yeah, sure. So I was playing the one of Secret Rare. I just wanted to test it. It's for the matchups where you go later. So like if you hit 6 energy. I sided it in twice today. I never saw it, but I think I'll keep it in there for now because against decks that go to 2 and just want to protect themselves, when you swing, you're just like auto winning because it's dual attack. So you're swinging, you're taking a life and an energy. And what's nice is you choose the energy, so they can negate it once, but then you're going to take their active energy. So if they Weesis Coercion it, it's going to happen one time, and then you just snipe their blue. And once you snipe their blue, they can't really do anything. And like even if they're at 3, you swing, you put them to 2, and then they have to answer the 40k double strike before combo. So it's pretty good. Siding into yellow for Flying Nimbus, siding into Krillin and Chaozu. I think I'm going to play another Krillin. He's really strong. Basically what they do, Chaozu's a blocker, and he'll draw off the front side, so you're not going neg for a blocker. And then you'll build these up. You'll have 2 or 3 on board, and then you play Krillin, and Chaozu will activate. When you play a Krillin, you draw for each Chaozu on the field. So if you have 2 or 3 of these, and you play Krillin, you're drawing 2 or 3, which is just super plus. And then Krillin says, if you have Chaozu in play, he gains 5k in crit, so you're swinging for 20k crit until they answer it. And they're also yellow energy and yellow targets for discard for Nimbus. They were super strong all day. This was my only answer to the U7 Victory Strike deck because the negates do nothing against it. You have to generate blockers, so I was hoping to see these. I'm not playing Mafuba in the sideboard right now, but I'm definitely going to fix that because Victory Strike is a thing. And then 4 Flying Nimbus for anything that's very aggro. I think it's a good option to have access to Flying Nimbus because if you come across a deck that's just too aggro you can't deal with, that they're pushing you too much, it's kind of a way to beat Announcer. You just rely on Nimbus. And then I was playing 3 Objection for the Cell Chain matchup just to get the cards into the energy area before they get discarded because you have no answer to it. Didn't play Cell all day, but I will definitely keep these in here for the Cell matchup. And then the last card was 1 Bad Ring. I made cuts last minute. I decided to keep the 1 Bad Ring, but it didn't do anything for me all day. It'll definitely become the 3rd Krillin or maybe a Mafuba. But if you want to play it, you can, but I don't see a reason to. And yeah, that's the profile. It's a really cool deck.
Awesome. Thank you for the deck profile. If you have any shout outs.
Yeah, sure. Shout out to my team, Kitchen Table Meta, and our sponsors, Ultimate Guard. And definitely looking forward to coming to the PPG events, Atlanta, Orlando, and see you there.
Awesome. We'll see you there, man. Thank you for the deck profile.